The two ordinary hosts of this podcast are not professionals on parapsychology, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, nor would they describe themselves as religious or prone to superstition. They'd also like to make it known that this show is not intended for children or those with sensitive sensibilities. Please listen at your own discretion. And remember, the truth is often anecdotal.
Hello, listeners. I am Mr. R.
And I'm Mr. X.
A pair of normal dudes.
Reading paranormal stories.
Tell me, Mr. X, have you ever been distrusting of a object?
Of an object? No, not really. I mean, I told that story last week about how my partner got this clown brooch from an oddity shop, and it's just been sitting in our extra bathroom. Nothing strange has happened. So.
Nothing strange at all?
No.
Okay, well.
Sadly. Would have been good content. I also moved over to working on the day side at my job. Mm-hmm. So no more Santa balloon or anything that I've noticed on that. There's so many people around me now that I feel like if whatever that was tried to reach out to me again, it probably wouldn't be able to get my attention.
Yeah. No. That's pretty cool. Are you enjoying are you enjoying the day shift?
I'm sleeping a lot better, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I guess as far as the subject goes, the only thing I could ever have to be considered a haunted object was the painting of Emma, which I think we spoke about really early in the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Do you not still have Emma?
Oh, no, I still have Emma.
Okay.
I had to have told you about this. She fell off of the fireplace mantle and the glass all broke.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I haven't been able to replace the pane, though.
Did she escape?
Yeah, she's out there somewhere. We don't know.
Can you imagine taking that into a frame shop and being like, I'd like to replace just the glass because I feel like the frame is important to whatever this is. Because all those news clippings are still in the back, right?
Yes. What's so funny is I've never seen them.
Oh.
And like I just remember being told about them by my mom. And the pane of glass being broken, I had a chance to kind of peel forward the actual Emma, I guess, and I saw all the newspapers, and I was like, oh, "They're real."
Your mom wasn't lying. Oh man, that's wild.
She was a notorious liar. One time, she told me that
she told you were Jewish for the longest time.
One time she told me that hand soap removes hair. So you shouldn't use hand soap on your head. That's why there's no hair on your palms.
Was that just so you didn't use hand soap as shampoo? Or was she just being crazy?
More likely than you think.
Well, we're doing haunted items.
Yes.
It kind of sub-topic is thrifting stuff that might be haunted. Mm-hmm. Like I said, that oddity shop could be considered a thrift shop. I mean, they buy stuff to sell, so not necessarily like donated things, but there's a Goodwill involved in one of my stories. So.
Yeah, I actually think thrift stores and like secondhand stores and like oddities. There was a place in Austin called Uncommon Curiosities. I don't know if it's still there. But that place was full of creepy shit. So,
well, okay, let's just jump into the stories then, because we got a lot. So let's try to get through this and have some fun. All right, my first story. Actually, all the stories are from the paranormal subreddit, simply because when I looked up haunted items, that was like the first 80 things that popped up was from the paranormal subreddit. Mm-hmm. So who would have guessed? But let's see. From paranormal subreddit, post 2 years ago. It's titled, Does Fear of Stumbling Upon an Item That Is an Attached Spirit Keep You from Thrifting?
I can't wait to get to these comments.
Story goes, it's flared with question. Have seen many posts suggesting that the potential connection between a person's personal possessions and their spiritual attachment after death. What? Okay, let me try that again. Well, it just ended with a period, and I was like, oh, I thought I was going to keep going. Have seen many posts suggesting the potential connection between a person's personal possessions and their spiritual attachment after death. Does this influence your interest in thrifting, repurposing, or buying used items? If so, is it only with certain items that are thought to yield more potential for such attachment? Seems like there are common items, but also random items that fall into this situation. I happen to like purchasing pre-owned fine jewelry, but steer clear of items with personal messages from loved ones, initials, or career milestones. With my luck, I snag a used garage tool, and the next thing you know, some guy named Rupert has posted up in my peripheral space. I don't get the career milestone one, because personally, I think, who was it? Coca-Cola used to gift like Rolex watches with the Coca-Cola logo on it.
Right.
To people who'd been there for really long. If I ever came across one of those, man, I'd snatch that up in a heartbeat. And I don't like thrifting. Sure. I'm not a big thrifter. Like, I mean, for one, old junk just doesn't really interest me. I like VHS tapes. Like, every time I go to the thrift store, the only things I look for are VHS tapes and VCRs. Everything else is kind of like, whatever. I think the last time I actually bought something from a thrift store that wasn't one of those two things was a pair of rollerblades that are a little too snug, and the wheels are worn out to the point where I keep veering left, and so I need to either swap them or replace the wheels entirely, or just get a pair that actually fits.
Using roller skates.
I like roller skating. I think I've always been interested in blades since I was younger, because skateboarding was cool and whatnot, but I could never actually pull off any tricks, and I was just like, I think rollerblades look cool, and I've been wanting to get into stuff. This was when I was still working nights. I was like, man, I need to get into some like physical activity because I feel like shit all the time, and it wasn't until I finally switched to days a few weeks ago that I was actually able to put on those blades and try them for the first time. But yeah, and then I don't buy clothes from thrift stores because specifically men have very shitty taste in clothes.
Usually garbage taste, or like there's an affiliation to each one of the objects or like the items. Like I would like to wear a used shirt, but I don't want to look like that I worked at a very specific gas station.
Yeah. So the last time I was at a thrift store, it was somewhere in near downtown Denver, and it's actually the thrift store itself is really old and kind of gross, but I think it's a good area to get cool shit out of a thrift store. But I was looking through all the clothes, and it was like a bunch of fast fashion stuff, like clothes from H&M and Target and whatever those crappy websites are. And then I found somebody's like Chipotle hat, like their work hat for Chipotle. And I was just like, oh man, how do people... I mean, I'm sure it was cooler back in the day, but now I can't imagine actually finding good shit because everybody's a reseller now, right? Like all the good shit gets snatched up by people who are just trying to flip it for 600% on fucking eBay or something.
Right.
But let's see what the commenters here have to say. I was a frequent shopper at thrift stores. I loved looking at all types of items, but mostly old photos in black and white, and I would do drawings of some of them until I found this old Ziegfeld Follies photo from the 1920s of a beautiful woman. It seemed to have a very negative effect on me. I found myself staring at it for hours, trying to draw it and losing track of time. I was getting headaches and felt tired most of the time and was not sleeping. I finally threw the photo and my sketches of it in the trash and felt better almost instantly. Lesson learned. Is Ziegfeld Follies like a, I don't know how to word it, kind of
was
like a
an
caricature.
old Technicolor MGM film.
Mm.
It's got Lucille Ball in it.
Okay.
I don't actually know if I've ever seen it, now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, I've definitely never seen it, but okay. First, right off the bat, first comment is a story of an item that somebody found that they didn't end up liking very much.
Yeah.
See, comment number 2 says, it doesn't, but I'm curious. Does anyone else get dizzy when going into an antique shop? Something about being surrounded by old things makes me lightheaded. It's strange. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but I said this a little while back.
You've mentioned this about crystals, yeah.
Well, and antique stores. I think that same conversation I mentioned how just being around old stuff makes me like feel queasy. Shit. Well, I'm glad to see I'm not the only person. Someone responds to that and says, could be all that dust. And the OP does respond here with, maybe so. I don't thrift much, but I do go to local antique shops a bit and always get the dizzies.
Interesting.
I think with antique shops, just anywhere where there's really old stuff, I don't think they're cleaning this stuff properly. So there's probably plenty of like asbestos and freaking who knows what coming off of this stuff. Yes. I get hit with a smell anytime I walk into these places, and I just instantly get dizzy. And I think it's the smell. And I don't actually think that I'm possessed by anything. So.
Right.
I don't know what it is with crystals, though.
I'm looking at this here, and okay, so this is what the internet has to say about it: is dizziness in antique stores is often caused by sensory overload or, quote, supermarket syndrome, where high-density, cluttered, and poorly lit environments create a conflict between your eyes and inner ear. Your brain receives conflicting visual input, resulting in feelings of being drunk, dizzy, or overwhelmed.
I don't think that's it.
Okay.
Let's see, comment number 3 here says, there are some items that just aren't very spooky. I got a Pac-Man 1-up couch caddy for $11. Zero possibility of a haunting with that. I usually catch a vibe from the spookier thing, so I just avoid them. Hey, buddy, I hope that Pac-Man 1-up couch caddy is haunted.
Yeah, Pac-Man itself has ghosts in it.
Yeah. You're being haunted by the Pac-Man ghosts.
Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde. Clyde is the orange one. The blue one is Inky, and then Blinky is the green one.
Well, yeah.
Red one. Sorry, the red one is Blinky.
Well, this guy's being haunted by the Pac-Man ghost now, I am guessing. Let's see. And then a final comment on here. This was actually the most popular one. It was in several of the comments. So I just condensed it to the simplest one. It says, as a rule, I don't thrift mirrors or portraits of people. And the OP responds with, portraits and mirrors, adding those to my do not buy list. Great comments. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a mirror in a thrift store and been like, wow, that's a nice mirror. But it's also just weird as shit to buy a portrait of someone else.
I agree. In fact, 2 days ago, I went to a Cinco de Mayo festival. And it was in a park, a very large park. And I saw a bunch of lowrider cars, and they were all like owned by car clubs. And some of them were for sale. All very impressive, extremely impressive vehicles, very detailed. Anyway, on the back of some of them, on like the trunk of the car, you'll see a mural, like a sprayed mural of this person's family.
Okay.
And then you'd go around to the front of the car and it would say for sale. And you're like, why the fuck
is it
you keep
painted
the
like
mural
onto the car?
Yeah, like it's a part of the paint job.
Okay. Yeah, that is strange.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, let's break for our first ad break and then come back for more of these stories.
Yay.
All right, moving on to Mr. R's first story.
It's mine. It's the one that I chose. It says
the one.
The title is Advice Wanted. I think I thrifted a, quote, haunted item. This was posted in r/paranormal as of 4 years ago, and it is flared as a question. Hi, everyone. Love an intro. Love agreement. Hi, everyone. I hope this sub is open to this post. I thrifted an item that I think is, quote, haunted, quotation marks, because I cannot think of a better word. I used to have a lot of reoccurring dreams and nightmares when I was a kid, but that went away with getting older. Recently, I've been having reoccurring day dreams, always about the same person that gives me, I guess, off a very somber, yet not at all evil feeling. Every time I think about death or something related to death, the same image of this person comes to mind. I lack the words to explain how or why, but the item I thrifted, I feel like belongs to that person. I lack the words to explain why or how, but the item I thrifted, I feel like belongs to that person. I am seeing, and I have envisioned this person with said items in those dreams. I would like to discard of the item with respect to the person it may have belonged to. I was thinking of putting it in a nice box or bag, going on a walk in the forest, and leaving it in a beautiful open place as a, quote, resting place. Does anyone have an opinion if this is a good/bad idea? This could be all in my head. I'm obviously very aware of that. However, I'd still appreciate some honest advice. With a heart. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
The item or box I'd use don't contain any pieces of material that could pollute the environment. I'm glad he said that because I was going to say this is just complicated littering.
Yeah, and the comments, I kept them pretty brief, but let's see what they have to say.
Okay. Comment number 1 says, is it burnable? If so, burn it. Supernatural fans know this. Jokes aside, burning equals sending the item to the spirit world and putting the soul to rest. Fire cleanses impurities. That's a fucking crazy ass comment, but the OP responds and says, I do not think so, as it has many different layers of textile that is supposed to be thermal. And then the original commenter says, gasoline, maybe?
Yeah.
Hi, have you tried gasoline, maybe?
If you tried an accelerant that could burn down your whole house or the entire forest, which is where they said they were going to leave the thing.
Yeah. Have you tried the forest thing and a fire? And Smokey the Bear comes and punches you in the face. Comment number 2. I would bury it in the woods, far off a path or anywhere you'll visit. The OP responds and says, why would you prefer burying it over just leaving it out in the open? Genuine question. Sorry, that says question.
Yeah.
Not questioning your reasoning at all. There's no response to this.
There is no response, no. And then a third person just kept it going.
Okay. Comment number 3. If the object is wood or fabric, not plastic, I would burn it and release the energy into the universe. Please don't leave it in a forest. That is polluting. Hey, I didn't know Reddit was so full of people that cared about exclusively the forest environment.
Hey, somebody's got to care about it.
Let's see. In comment number, everyone who doesn't care about the forest, those folks are on 4chan.
So I included a fourth comment on here just because those three were kind of connected, and I was like, we need a little bit of a different opinion here.
So comment number 4 says, when I lived in Japan... This comment just wants to talk about themselves. When I lived in Japan, one of my roommates thrifted a little statue of a rat. We thought it was funny. Then, one night, I was woken up by another roommate and brought into their room, and the temperature dropped. Colors were desaturated, and the roommate who thrifted it was shaking and convulsing. We performed an exorcism, then threw away the item, and the color/temperature returned. That is literally the only paranormal thing I've experienced in my life, but it taught me that certain objects really do carry a spirit with them. I'd get rid of it. It was a rat! It was the spirit of a rat. And
it was Matt Damon.
That rat
from
was
The
responsible
Departed.
for color and temperature. Wait, it was Matt Damon?
Yeah, from the end of The Departed.
I see, The Departed, yeah. A movie that I watched last year.
Yeah, only recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So far we've gotten a weird photo from the 20s and a rat.
Sure.
This
one doesn't even say what item it is, right?
Oh, this person with no, they don't explain what the item is at all, except that it's textiles and it's meant to be thermal. So maybe it's a jacket?
Yeah, maybe it's just like a nice hoodie.
Who knows? But dang, we got through that story pretty quick because it was pretty short.
Yeah.
Oh man, wish I could find a cool rat statue.
Now, I don't know. Have you ever owned a rodent before?
No, but I was just at a pet store earlier getting stuff for the cats, and I was looking at these cute ass fucking rats, and I was like, man, you guys are adorable.
I had a rat once. Technically, it was my brother's, but I would take care of it a lot. His name was Charlie, which is weird because that's another one of my brother's names. But that rat had papers, like breeder papers.
Yeah, what was funny was that I was at a Petco, and they had a sign in front of their little thing of the rats, and it said, "We always recommend adopting before or whenever you're considering, bringing another creature into your life or whatnot."
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, they don't want to sell their purebred rats.
Well, I mean, I guess anyone could go out and get a rat, huh?
Yeah.
They're pretty popular.
My cat right now is I have a closet door right next to my setup, right? And the AC unit, the condenser or whatever, is literally above that closet. Like the little hatch that you go into to access it is right above the closet, or right on the roof of the closet. And so I close it, and I have like a some kind of fabric to kind of keep the noise from coming in and reaching my mic. And for some reason today, one of my cats is trying to pull something out from inside the closet, and maybe that item's haunted.
I was going to say that.
Something. Maybe he knows something that I don't. Are you going to stop?
And speaking of haunted items, I think you should know about this.
And speaking of items, maybe these ads will try to sell you one. Okay, let's move on to my second story, which is longer than the first two stories. So.
Oh, yeah, it is. Holy shit.
And I didn't actually read the whole story, but after reading the comments, I kind of have context as to what it might be. So also, again, from the Paranormal subreddit, this one was posted 7 years ago and flared with experience. It's titled, "I work at a Goodwill Industries, and we had some haunted items come through our donation area more than once." Okay. To start off, I've been with East Central Illinois area Goodwill for just around a year as of now, and have been told of at least 2 ghosts in our building, and have interacted with about 2 items people gave us out of fear they were haunted. Okay. I tried to buy the 2, but a rule on buying merchandise made me miss the chance to buy them. Also, they just got snatched up right away is what I'm guessing. So
the rule is that the manager gets first pick, and you snooze, you lose.
Yeah. The first of note was a magenta chair, which was donated by a man who cleans out homes of elderly people whom have died or are being placed in a retirement home, and the families have already pulled what they want or just want to get rid of the clutter. The man, that's also what an estate sale is for.
Yep.
They don't have to be dead to have an estate sale. The man, who we'll call Jim, told me as I helped unload a small trailer of items, a family had an uncle pass away in this magenta armchair, fairly good condition, but touching it felt strange. As he left, he chuckled out a joke. This person writes weird. Chuckled out a joke saying the family saw the uncle's shadow around the chair, so they gave it to him to donate. As I laugh and tell him I'll let him know if I see anything. What? Yeah. Okay. I laughed and tell him I'll let him know if I see anything. The next hour, I'm moving the chair to the furniture storage area and keep seeing a shadow in the corner of my vision. Not even an hour on the sales floor, and the chair was bought after another elderly man sat down and just ripped the tag off and hobbled to pay for it.
Whoa. Okay.
I will say, furniture in good condition goes pretty quick at most thrift stores.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll see, like, not me personally, but sometimes my partner will see something she really likes, and I'll be like, well, if it's still here when we're done, looking around, we'll get it. Or we'll have to go do something usually we'll stop. There's like a thrift store near the movie theater we go to. So we'll hop in, go watch a movie. And I'm like, if it's still there when we come back, we can grab it. It's usually gone by then. So
yeah,
it goes pretty
and that's what you're
quick.
counting on.
Yeah. That is what I'm counting on. Yeah. The second was a medium porcelain doll, but because of course it was. And a side note is the store I work at gets dozens of dolls like it a week, but only this one had something else with it. As a rarer and older doll, it was in a protected. Oh my God, this person's writing.
No, you got it.
It was in a protected glass box, and I passing joked. See, yeah, it's just, and I in passing joked at the family, mother and daughter. So, this is a quote. So, is the glass for our protection or the doll's? To which the mother told me the doll. It was her grandmother's, putting the doll's age maybe 90 years ago.
Okay.
Guys, I don't want to encourage people to use, AI for creative endeavors, but it can definitely help with your posts. If your writing isn't great, just pull up ChatGPT and have it clean it up because, geez. And that it had a habit. Okay, so the doll's maybe 90 years old, and it had a habit of moving cloth that was covering it. So that night, before we closed, I covered the doll to challenge the claim. The next morning, we get a call from our security company saying a motion detector went off in the room with the doll, and the cloth had been turned roughly 90 degrees around. How can you tell that? It's cloth. Did you write something on the front side or?
Yeah.
And 90 degrees. So like, if the cloth is covering something, moving 90 degrees, it would fall, right?
Unless, I guess I'm having trouble imagining the orientation of which this cloth was put on, like the case.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how it moved. So like, let's just imagine the case. Let's imagine the case is just a tall rectangle, right? And they put a cloth over it. And let's say there's an initial on the top. Is that what you noticed move? Because otherwise, if it moved in any direction, like sideways, it would just fall off, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
As opposed to just being like turned. So I don't know. Let's see. We assumed mice, but our store had mostly non-functional cameras. Not anymore. So I can't verify anything. Okay, and then there's one more item here that they go on about. The last item is just creepy and may have added a ghost to our store, but I was off the day the incident happened. So this is just a recollection from who I talked to. One afternoon, an urn was donated in a box of other vases and pottery, except this one had ashes inside. As the box with the urn and vases was being moved, my coworker dropped the box since she didn't have a good grip on it. And this ash went everywhere, including onto her. Quickly, they cleaned the ash the best they could and tried to contact the family that donated the ashes, but I can't confirm or deny they were contacted. Okay.
That just means you don't know.
Yeah, so you didn't have to add that in your story. Just later that day, the urn and maybe 90% of the ashes was taken away. I say 90% since during a deep storeroom cleaning, more ash was found under a row of shelving that wasn't properly checked. As far as I know, they threw the ashes out thinking it was just dust. So then how do you fucking know it was ashes? God. I'll ask about the other two ghosts when I go back in next Tuesday, but I will say I have heard stories about both, and I am confident I have seen one on the sales floor. That's the end of the story. She doesn't mention the fucking ghost in any of the comments that I saw, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah. She can't even confirm if both those items were haunted, but safe to say most of the comments here focus on the fucking urn. So.
Yeah, the urn is the most interesting, other than like a shadowy chair.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even remember the second one. Oh, right, the doll or whatever.
The doll that might have moved a cloth. Let's see, the first comment here says, the thought that you died or cremated, somehow donated, and then scattered all over the floor of a Goodwill is somehow super existentially depressing. That person probably definitely should haunt the place.
I guess.
I don't know. The person's dead. What do they give a shit, you know?
This presupposes that when you die, like you're
still
soul
attached to that
follows
body.
your physical,
I
guess, remains?
Which, like,
and that's
I guess
annoying.
that's why they want you to be buried, right? But the idea of being buried is that you can fertilize something, yeah? But now people are buried in coffins, and I don't think your body's decomposing into the ground. So, like, what's the point? I personally don't want to be buried. I think it's
me neither.
Man, like I'd rather be cremated. Maybe some of my ashes scattered at a lake that I spent a lot of time at as a kid, and maybe have the rest of them just shoved in a little case and put in the back of a movie theater or some shit. Assuming that those things will last. But then, like, again, if the movie theater gets demolished, who gives a shit, you know? I'm not alive.
No.
OP responds and says, and remember the fact my careless coworker threw the ashes out. I feel so sorry for that poor person. But you don't know if they threw the ashes out.
We don't even know if they're ashes.
Yeah. It could have just been dust.
It could have been just dust.
You know how dusty places get? Fuck, the back of my monitor probably has a shit ton of dust on it, man. I'm not going to just assume it's somebody's body.
No,
even though it is, because dust is technically dead skin cells and shit. So.
Oh, man. That's true.
And then someone else just added on here, ashes to ashes. I want to get dumped in the ocean, but as long as I'm somewhere outside, even a landfill, at least I can have hope of fertilizing something. I don't think ashes fertilize shit, man, but sure.
No. Well,
you're definitely not going to be, you're not going to be fertilizing anything in the ocean. You're just ashes. Yeah. Maybe choking some fish, but I don't know.
Those poor fish.
Let's see, comment number 2 says, what kind of idiot donates a family member's ashes? To which someone here says, my best friend's little sister had gotten a stuffed bear from Goodwill, and they didn't realize it had a zipper on the back. And when they unzipped it, there was a baby urn inside of it.
No.
And someone said that's terrifying. That's just sad. It's not fucking terrifying. Yeah. It's just like, how do you and I think someone else commented this, but they also went on a kind of a rant, so I didn't include it. But like, how do you just forget that you put a baby's ashes inside of a teddy bear? Unless maybe it was like, I don't know, like an unplanned thing. And, I'm not even going to go there. But maybe just, it was really old. An old woman died and they just donated all their stuff and nobody knew there was an urn in there.
See, that would be my go-to, is that the only person or people that knew that the urn was in there are also now dead.
Yeah, or just not in the picture. So, and then let's see, last comment on here says, at the Goodwill on South Hill in Puyallup, Washington, I walked through the toys when this ugly female doll goes, look at me. I picked it up. No batteries. Scared the crap out of me. And they said I was the third person that day. What's funny is that, like, when I was at that thrift shop that I was just telling you about, the last one I was just at where I found the Chipotle hat, my partner, I was like on the other side of the store and I heard something crash. When I went and found my partner again, she was like, that was me. Like, I broke something because it just fell out of like a lunchbox. And I was like, oh, who cares? No, I was just like, who cares? But apparently they cleaned it up right away because she was like, yeah, the woman who works here said that it was like the third thing that got broken that day. And then as we're walking through the store, some guy broke a mirror and another person picked up a picture frame and another frame fell behind it. So there was like just broken glass everywhere in this store. So
can I have y'all not breaking something for 5 minutes?
Can you guys not antagonize the doll?
All of the spirits
that wants you to look at it. Or
all of these items are filled with ashes of people that were once alive, including babies.
This is why you don't shop at Goodwill, people.
Exactly.
Actually, the reason I'll say not to shop at Goodwill is because their fucking prices are ridiculous now. But
oh yeah, well, thrifting has become like sort of a hipster thing. So
yeah, they think that it's all lucrative. So I literally, I think one of the last times I was in a store and caught an interaction between people who work there, I think they were going through a bin of stuff, and anytime something looked like it could be worth something, the store manager had them set it aside so they can look it up on eBay and set the price from there. And
that's
I was
frustrating.
I was like, oh my God. If I wanted to get something off of eBay, I would just go onto eBay.
Go on to eBay, exactly.
Like, the point of these donation centers is for you to get stuff from the community so that it stays within the community. But, whatever. And yeah, that was the last comment on this one. So let's take another quick ad break and then we'll move on to the last story.
Welcome back.
Now, here's a story that is about eBay. Mr. R forgot to submit a second story. So I found one that I thought would suit him, and he's going to read it for us now.
Thank you for the introduction. This is, the title is TLDR. I think I bought a haunted item on eBay, because there's a question mark. Posted at r/paranormal as of 2 years ago, flared with haunting. Hey all. Another intro, another greeting. Beautiful stuff. I'm new here, but I'm wondering if anyone has experience with secondhand items that feel off on first handling. I don't like the first handling. Yeah. The item in question is a beautiful vintage independent Order of Oddfellows ceremonial robe, I believe to be about 100 years old, and it is beautifully preserved for the most part, save for a decidedly disturbing stain on the inner lining I believed to be rust initially from the listing photos.
Okay.
When I unboxed this, a distinct house fire smell hit me like a freight train. Touching it elicited a queasy sensation of vertigo that's difficult to explain, but wholly unlike anything I've experienced prior.
That's the feeling I get in antique stores.
Yeah, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's very little info about the item in the original listing, just that it was purchased from a lodge sale and came to me from Mansfield, Ohio. A little light research yielded articles about a lodge fire in Columbus in the 1930s, which, frankly, has left me more suspicious of the overwhelming smell wafting off of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
A little weird icing on the cake. There's something funny about that. A little weird icing on the cake. All of the initial photos I took of the thing, laid out to show friends, are saved upside down in my camera roll despite being taken right side up. My phone does this sometimes. Anyway. Odd. Feeling a bit like it may spend the night in my car instead of my bedroom. Photo, rotated right side up, attached for opinions, suggestions, perhaps words of encouragement.
With a little saluting emoji.
Yes.
I know there is a picture of it. Yeah,
is interesting. This is not at all what I was imagining. What I'm looking at. What do I say? What kind of fabric is this? Felt? What is this?
Yeah, it's kind of velvety.
Velvet, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a velvet robe. It's kind of a blue, gray, dark blue. Anyway, it has an interior lining of sort of a cream, like an off-white. The collar around the top features tassels.
Yeah, it's very
like
large too. Yeah,
it's very what?
It's very large for like a collar.
Yeah, it's huge.
But it is a robe. So
yeah, it does feature what looks like every single button. There is a pattern of flowers and sort of paisley style.
And vines, yeah.
Yeah, vines, flowers.
Embroidered along the collar and where the buttons are.
Yes.
So,
I mean, it's definitely interesting looking. I kind of want to see the stain.
Yeah, but this was the only photo they provided. So.
Okay.
Also, the whole photo being saved upside down, it's because you're trying to take a picture of an item flat, and if you're holding it like horizontal to the ground or parallel to the ground, it might not know what direction like your actual phone is supposed to be facing, so it'll just take it upside down. But yeah, why would someone buy this? Do they plan on wearing it? I can answer yes. They do plan on wearing it. So we'll see what the comments have to say.
Unless it was like cosplay purposes or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, comment number 1. Put it back on eBay and have it listed as haunted. People pay a premium for shit like this. I had a friend back in the day that used to buy porcelain dolls and list them as haunted, and people would buy them for 3 times what he paid. He said only the first doll he ever bought had weird feelings about. Had weird feelings about, but afterward, he was just scamming people because he was making good money from it.
Sure.
That's amazing. The OP responds to this and says, I actually intended to wear this. I love a spooky boho vibe. But I've got to figure out how to safely get rid of the stench and the overall feeling of impending doom first. Laugh crying emoji.
Imagine. Okay, so they read a story about a fire in the 30s. Do we think that smell persisted for 100 years?
Honestly, I guess it really depends on the condition in which this was kept, right?
Yeah. Was it in a glass case with a spooky doll that just kept the smell in? I don't know.
And we may never know.
Now, I want to know what this person intended to wear this to. Because...
Right, and what are they wearing with it? Because this isn't something you just throw on over your regular outfit.
It's literally, they said it's a ceremonial robe. So, okay. What is Independent Order of Odd Fellows? Should we Google that?
Are you Googling that or should I Google that?
I'll go ahead and Google it. Independent Order of Odd... Oh, it actually just pops right up.
Oh.
There's a Wikipedia article about it. Yes. Is a non-political, non-sectarian international fraternal order of odd fellowship. It was founded in 1819 by Thomas Widely in Baltimore, Maryland. Will you guys fuck off? Cats are fighting. In Baltimore. What? Oh my fucking God, dude. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah. Jesus. My God, it's not even stopping. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Evolving from the Order of Odd Fellows founded in England during the 18th century, the EOF was originally chartered by the Independent Order of Odd Fellows Manchester Unity in England, but has operated as an independent organization since 1842, although it maintains an interfraternal relationship with the English Order. The order is also known as the Triple Link Fraternity, referring to the order's triple links symbol, alluding to its motto, friendship, love, and truth. Okay, that didn't explain anything, but yeah. By limiting. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay. Like other fraternities, the Independent Order of Odd Fellows began by limiting their membership to white men only.
So we come to it now. I was like, these guys don't sound so bad.
On September 20th, 1851, the IOOF became the first fraternity in the United States to include women when it had adopted Beautiful Rebecca Degree by initiative of Schuyler Colfax. Okay, when they accept people of different races.
Those two women did have mustaches, though. Just something they don't mention.
And it does not say anything about when they ended the segregation aspect of it, but all right.
It's safe to assume that they have not ended the segregation.
Okay, yeah, why you want a racist robe, I don't know, but, you know, I'm curious how much they paid for it.
Makes you wonder how it survived the fire.
It makes you wonder why the fire started.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next comment.
Comment number 2 says, okay. So it says, yeah, period. Funky, period. Put it outside for the night. No, period. OP responds to this and says, I was afraid someone would say that right off the bat. with what seems to be like a really nervous face, like an emoji that's like,
Yeah.
Then comment number 3 says, "This is a story told to me by my friend's wife. Take it in. He used to own a military antique store. One day, he purchased a He purchased a Nazi officer's uniform from a customer and brought it home. Why?
Yeah, why?
He walked in the door to his house with the item, and his wife, who was upstairs, immediately said, 'What did you bring into this house?' 'Whatever it is, leave it in the car. It is not allowed in the house.' She said that she could just feel the energy in the house immediately change. As soon as he took it outside, the house was fine again. It was never allowed in the house. It shouldn't be allowed outside of a museum.
The only reason to buy it in like an antique setting is to burn it. Like that episode of whatever that show was, where the guy would buy Hitler's paintings and then burn it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I love that. I had a friend, a good friend from college, admit that she was like buying and reselling Nazi memorabilia for like for a profit, and she like would send me pictures, and I was like, "Hey, I'm really not comfortable with this. like you do you make your own money, but I'm like, you should know that I do not think that any of these items should exist." And she's like, "Oh, well, no, I'm selling to Jewish collectors." And I'm like, "What, did they show you their Jew card? What do you fucking mean?" Like, how do you know that? You like those people are wearing those badges and those hats and traipsing around their own apartment pretending to be the Fuhrer. You idiot.
Apparently, there's a huge market. Well, I don't even know if it's a market, but apparently, if you're interested in buying Nazi, like authentic Nazi memorabilia, the place to do it is in Spain antique stores, because somehow they all made their way over there. Because Spain was neutral, right? I mean, they were dealing with their own civil war during World War II, and I think a bunch of Nazis went that way before running off to South America.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find a lot of shit like that there. But why? What was the last comment I have to say? I think it goes. Wait, does it go back to? I don't know, but I know what this is. Comment. I thought this was just a good note to end on for anybody who's interested in thrifting.
All right, whether your item is haunted or not, I'm going to try this. Whether your item is haunted or not, it very likely has pesticides on it. That's not where I thought this was going. So please be careful when wearing it. I am a textile conservator. The conservator? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Who has handled a lot of things that should definitely be haunted. With the parentheses, looted grave goods, things soaked in body goo, creepy ancient dolls, all sorts. And as long as I treat the pieces with respect, I've never felt spooked or haunted. My co-workers and I have, however, gotten tingling in the face/lips, severe heartburn, nausea, dizziness, hives, and a nose full of awful smells due to pesticides that were applied in the past. This includes organic pesticides, mothballs, dichlorvos? Is that what that is?
Dichlorvos. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. And heavy metals, arsenic, mercury, and lead. It's a beautiful piece, though.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is why I think I get like dizzy and nauseous, is because there is shit on this stuff and it fucking smells weird to me. I don't know if other people can smell it or not, but I just get like this fucking shit's old, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
Maybe you are the pest that this pesticides were trying to get rid of.
Mosquitoes don't bite me, so it could be.
What?
Yeah. I think I've been bitten by a mosquito once in the last like 8 years.
So I'm in a very similar boat, but I'm hypoglycemic, so my blood is gross.
Huh.
Yeah. Mosquitoes don't like blood without enough sugar in it.
Yeah. Me? Well, I don't know. Because it happened in Texas when they just stopped biting me one year. But I remember when I first moved to Texas, it was in the middle of the summer, and I was eaten alive by the fucking things. So I don't know. It was just like a turning. Maybe I've got something. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you've included 2 things. Are we only going to do one, or do you want to try
We're only going to do one. We're just going to do the eBay one.
Okay, cool. Let's see what we got here on the eBay listing. It doesn't even show me a preview, but it is... Okay, the picture is a very oddly shaped thing wrapped in a red cloth and kind of tied with black ribbon. The setting has it leaned up against like a little candle holder, and there's 2 candles lighting it. Okay, and it's titled Haunted Caged Vessel, Shape-Shifting Entity Bound, Gypsy Witch Contained with Cage. Okay, and they're selling this for $333, which you can get for as low as $29.90 a month with Klarna.
With Klarna, yeah.
Condition used. Oh, that's a cage that it's leaning on because there's pictures of it in the cage.
Yes. It'll become very clear what this is the more you look into it.
Okay, there are more pictures.
Yes.
So it is a doll of what they call a gypsy. It looks very new. It doesn't even look old.
Yeah, it looks like it was made yesterday.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a repurposed, redressed Barbie-ish kind of doll. Okay, so it is haunted. It's a shape-shifting entity, sure. Fuck. When I scroll down, it says explore related items.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, do you have the same thing that I do?
I don't know if it's the exact same thing, but there's like...
Let's see, is it the first one, blonde succubus wife, permanent physical spirit companion marriage?
Yes.
Why is that related? The picture...
Folks, just imagine like modern pinup is what we're looking at.
Yeah, it's, I guess, lingerie. What looks like kind of like a Harley Quinn corset thong combination and a mask with horns. But okay, let's get to the description here. From the seller, it says she was not meant to be kept, and she does not.
Sorry, wait. Sorry, I forgot that the description is the reason I posted this.
Okay.
Yeah, you can find 1,000 of these items on fucking eBay, but the description is the reason I wanted you to read it.
So this should be simple enough to read. It is a little long, but we should be able to get through it. She was not meant to be kept, and she does not like that she is. What you see here is not simply a doll placed inside of a decorative cage. The wrapping, the containment, the separation, those were done with intention. Before she came into my possession, she was known to shift her presence, not physically in a way that could be proven to the eye, but in how she was felt. Her energy did not stay consistent. It adapted, changed, at times subtle, at times overwhelming. She presented differently depending on who was around her. This is what made her difficult. There was a strong sense of manipulation, not aggressive, but persuasive, drawing attention, pulling focus, making herself known in ways that felt intentional. She did not stay contained within a single form energetically. What the fuck does that mean? That is the closest way I can explain it. I don't think you explained anything. When she came into my care, I did not place her out in the open. There was an intimate understanding that she needed boundaries, structure. You made a schedule for her and kept it consistent. Something that defined where she began and where she ended within a space. Okay, so you chose a cage that has like openings. I don't think that's fucking doing anything, but
No.
okay.
Folks, it's important to mention that the cage looks more like a gazebo.
Mm-hmm. It is a
not
candle holder. It's like a thing meant to like, you put a candle in and it casts shadows in an interesting way. Where she ended within a space. The wrapping was done first. Not to harm, but to limit her ability to project outward freely. to quiet the shifting, to ground her into a single point rather than allowing her presence to move unchecked. The cage followed. Okay, well, at first what you did was just cover a doll. So you kept it from being a doll. Like, what's the point of that? If you're going to cover it, you might as well just throw it in the trash, but whatever. The cage followed, not as decoration, but as reinforcement, a physical boundary to match the energetic one. Since then, her presence has been controlled. Still aware, still present, but no longer reaching the way she once did. There's still a strong energy to her. That has not changed, but it sits within the space she has been given rather than extending beyond it. Okay, so then how do you feel it? Because you don't fit in that fucking cage.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know who's posting this.
This doll looks... Okay, there are little fucking tea candles next to it. I know how... I know this person doesn't fit in the fucking cage. There's a picture of the seller. She definitely doesn't look...
Oh, there is a picture of the seller.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
No.
Are you looking at this?
Oh no, folks, I didn't know. There's no way I could know. Oh no. What the fuck? Yes.
Well, most of this stuff is creepy as shit, but
this is a fucking gold mine.
This is probably who that commenter was talking about, the friend who sells the dolls. Oh, what did you send me here? Oh, the Fonzie doll, yeah.
Oh, fuck. There's
Mikey
Arthur Fonzarelli.
It says
Mikey?
haunted vessel betrayed at 28 talkative music loving entity companion.
This is so funny. God damn it. We need to do one of these every episode. There's so many.
This one was only listed for $193, 13% down from $222. For some reason, you have to pay more a month for this one on Klarna, but okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm getting lightheaded now. Okay. Let me try to finish this description and we can end the show. I have not removed her from the cage once. She was placed inside. That's a fucking lie because there's pictures of her outside the cage.
Unless you took pictures while
as you were doing
it.
Yeah, because you knew you were gonna sell it right away. That choice will not be made. Okay, I'm sorry. I have not removed her from the cage once she was placed inside. That choice will not be made by me. Working with this vessel should remain contained unless you fully understand what you're doing. Responds to boundaries and structures. Not recommended for beginners. Keep it in a stable, intentional space. Important. You are purchasing a physical, tangible item. I'm not responsible for any experiences you have. Some vessels are meant to be displayed. Some are meant to be respected. And some are meant to be kept where they're placed.
And some are meant to be treated badly. Some are meant to be disrespected and used.
Okay, this seller, Quiet Mountain, The Quiet Mountain, has 100% positive feedback. Let's do a couple of reviews here. This first one says, the best seller I've purchased an item from. Her communication is great. Shipping was fast. An item was packaged perfectly, and the doll was described perfectly, and the value is great. I definitely buy from her again and some more. Okay. Someone else here says, excellent shipping, packaging, and intrinsic value. Better than described. Love, love, love. Excellent seller. Was that Rocky from freaking...
Yeah. Amaze.
Yeah. Shipping was fast, very well packaged, great value, and exactly as described. Would recommend. Okay, hold on. There's one here in all caps, and I think I'll end here. I've known one oracle for 15 years. She's so easy to talk with and answers all questions. Absolutely everything that she has is exactly as she describes them. All of her jewelry is absolutely active when unpacked. I value my relationship with one oracle. I guess they changed their name. She's totally honest, trustworthy, and so informative. All of her treasures are reasonably priced. I doubt. No, not from what I've seen. Shipped with great care and packaging. I really enjoy our relationship. She's so kind and patient in helping everyone. 25 stars out of what?
25 stars, folks. You heard it here.
Okay. Oh, hold on. The thing that says what they bought: Dragon Talesman necklace, spiritual protector and guide through darkness. Okay.
Was that talisman?
Fuck. Oh yeah. Sorry. Dragon Talisman necklace.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to read when it's in grayscale.
It's gray, yeah.
And then she has a bunch of fuck. Now I can't get on the fucking eBay because all I'm gonna get are these creepy ass dolls. And she positions them so weird too. She like tilts their head so they were looking at you weird.
It's all part of the game.
Well, okay, guys. I think that does it for us.
It's gonna have to. It's gonna have to does it. That is gonna have to do it for this haunted item or thrifting themed episode. I'd like to say thank you to Dale Spalding and Ender Music for our very special intro, as well as Sean at thatsean.com for our podcast art. But also thank you for listening. You're not a haunted item. You're not thrifted. You're wholesale, baby. The one and only original, homemade, possibly. If you have any suggestions for spooky subreddits, websites, or even just a story you'd like us to read from, go ahead and drop those suggestions in the comments, or you could send them to us directly for this show at PONDPOD on Reddit.
Hey, you don't know if the majority of our audience are just haunted porcelain dolls. All right.
You're right. I should be more sensitive to that possible fact.
If you guys are enjoying this show, you can do a couple things for us, such as leave a 5-star rating and review or a comment on whatever platform you listen on. You can also check out some of the other stuff we do, such as Sequel Factory, where we watch a movie and pitch an idea for a sequel with our good friend Jet Kuso. We just released an episode on The Labyrinth that I think is very fun, so you can check that out. Huh?
Did you say The Labyrinth?
Labyrinth. Yeah, I guess so. How do you say it?
I say labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Labyrinth. Yeah. Labyrinth. I don't fucking know.
With actors like Dorvid Barney.
Or David Borney. I don't fucking know. Go check out fucking check out our latest episode. You can also catch Mr. R and Mr. E on the Dirty 22 for some D&D fun. We've been a Paranormal Dudes, ever in need of stories to intrigue, perplex, maybe even friends. So remember, if you can't explain it, it's probably pesticides. And until next time, stay tuned and stay clear of pesticides.
That's just good advice.
Yeah. Also, I guess don't thrift mirrors or portraits of people.
Stay away from chemtrails. All the chemicals in the water.
They're turning the frogs gay.
Turning the friggin' frog.
You heard about that, right? You heard about the onion bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.